Chase Freeman is your FBS Independent Defensive Player of the Week, and on the other side of the ball, it's Javion Foreman, meaning it's 2 straight weeks for the Zeros with 2 players gaining those honors. And while Zebulon still recovers from a celebration-based Week 2 fiasco, we'll go ahead and show you some season stats. Olsen, following his first start, is still about 80 yards behind DePaul in the leaderboard, but has 1 more touchdown and the same amount of picks. And he looks like he's going to be the guy going forward for the Zeros, so DePaul is just going to keep slipping. Cameron Teague is officially the leading rusher after a big performance versus FCS. And tough to see Tyson up on the board there. He was having a pretty decent start to his season, but Teague's going to be the man from here on out. Strickland right behind him with a couple of carries, but more of a receiving back. Javion Foreman leads the men running routes. 2 touchdowns, 20 receptions, 259 yards on the year. Scooter Page is right behind him in yardage. McLawler, 16 grabs, no touchdowns, but 144 yards. And then the wide receiver 1, Demetrius Williamson, 11 grabs, 127, 1 touchdown. Jarian Love has 4 sacks on the season. Garland right behind him with 2.5. Freeman's got 1. Bloom's got 1. We've got a couple interceptions on the year, couple forced fumbles, and defense has been playing really well. And speaking back on that defense, bittersweet, Tyson is out with an Achilles tear for the season, but Jarian Love not registered with an injury that's going to keep him out for any time, so maybe a misdiagnosis last game. World-class medical team, folks. World-class. Now we prepare 5 County Stadium for the first ever Z-Bowl. Akron versus Zebulon. Welcome all to Zebulon, North Carolina, here at 5 County Stadium for the first edition of the Z-Bowl, the Akron Zips versus the Zebulon Zeros, now underway, week 4 of the college football season. It's a little bit of a cloudy day here in Zebulon, but we're playing football nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've had a great week and you're ready to settle in, watch some college football, and hopefully catch a Zeros W. Tyler Olsen's still the quarterback. Going to fire it to McLawler. And good start there. 9 yards. With the injury to Keontae Tyson, Cameron Teague is the starting running back. He's going to get the handoff here. Finding a gap between the guard and the tackle. Pushing forwards for 6. First down, Zeros. The Zeros out here in their Z-Town uniforms. Representing for these fans here in North Carolina. Strickland's finding space. Past the midfield logo, 16 yards on the run. Spencer Strickland going to be a lot more involved in the running game now with no Keontae Tyson. We've been seeing him a lot in the passing game out the backfield like we're about to see right here. Screen play on the 1st and 10. Strickland, plenty of space on the outside, cuts it back inside the numbers and swerving, finding room up to the 19-yard line. Red zone appearance already on the first drive for the Zeros. Olsen's going to keep it. Olsen with space on the outside. Makes a man miss and pushes forward. 1st and goal now. Picks up 10 on the gain. From the 4. Bubble screen on the outside. Foreman's going to be the man in route. They're going to throw it out to him. And he's going to try to push forward. Gets to about the 1-inch line. And it seems that Gene Zambini's going to keep up the aggressiveness. Out in the pistol. Tyler Olsen looking to come back from a not so great game against FCS, though he did get the win. Firing it to McLawler. Caught. Touchdown, Zeros. The little out route beats his man on the outside. And that's a first drive touchdown yet again for the Zebulon Zeros. 7-0. They call it the Zig for the Zag. This Z-Bowl between Akron and Zebulon. Still not 100% sure what that means, but I kind of like the ring of it. Early 3rd down here for the Zips. Fires across the middle, and he's met at the line to gain. Doesn't push forward, so it's going to be a 4th and 1, and this deep in their own territory, Akron's going to punt the ball back. The Akron offensive chief is Ben Finley. Might recognize him as Ryan Finley's brother. Played a couple seasons in the NFL, was an NC State quarterback. Beat the Steelers in a primetime game when they were like 12-1 for some reason. Whatever. Nice pickup from Strickland there. Tyler Olsen scanning the field, has time, and has got a man Foreman on the dig route. Middle of the hash marks. Big pickup. Tyler Olsen keeps the drive moving. 25-yard line now. He'll get it off. A man gets pancaked. Oh, my goodness. Teague has room thanks to that monster block on the outside. Goodness gracious. Somebody pour some syrup for the young fella. Teague on the handoff here. Space to the outside. Nobody's catching him. To the edge. Cameron Teague. Touchdown Zeros. 2 drives. 2 scores. 14-0. Now. So Akron is actually an underdog here in 5 County Stadium for this first edition of the Z-Bowl. They're 1-2 on the young season. This would be a good starting point for them to gain some momentum going forward if they can take down their makeshift rival here in their first meeting ever. Wonder if they can put something together here. Here's a nice throw to the outside. Beat the man off the press. Finds the hole in that cover 2 zone, and big pickup there for the Zips. Finley, fake handoff, fires across the middle, and I think that was a no look. It looked like he was looking outside to number 7. Definitely had me faked out. Finley's perfect 4 for 4. Now into the deep red zone, goal to go situation. And Akron across the middle. Got him. Back of the end zone. 2 feet in. That'd be good on Sundays. Akron strikes back quickly. Brings it back to a 1-possession game. Coming out in an I formation right here. Handoff to Teague. He's got room. He's got 9 on the pickup. 2nd and 1 coming up. 3rd and short here. Cameron Teague. Going to get the handoff and lowers the shoulder on a man. Pushes him forward for a first down. As we tick towards the end of the first quarter. Here's a 2nd and 6. Olsen started moving right. Fires McLawler high. Brought down. First down. Final seconds here. Do they get a playoff? They do. Mesh concept. Man across. Williamson. There you go. First catch for Williamson on the day. See if they can finish this one off. Another screen pass. 3rd of the game. And another one that gets big yardage. Strickland. Really versatile guy out that backfield. You get him in space. Look out. Not the fastest guy, but he can make you miss. He's quite shifty. And Strickland gets a big pick up there. Another first down for the Zeros. 31-yard line now. McLawler coming across on the drag. Tried to hurdle a man. Didn't get that far off the ground. Probably a good thing. He would have been absolutely speared. But here's a 2nd and goal. Tyler Olsen calling some shots here. Firing it to Williamson. Had him on the fade route. Money. Finds his number 1 wide receiver one-on-one on the outside. And Demetrius Williamson shows why he's your guy. Throw it up to me, coach. I'll come down with it. And you did, son. You sure did. Gave your boys a 2-touchdown lead. Zebulon 21, Akron 7. Fires it across the middle. Just under the safety in the cover 2 shell. Man holding on to the football. Was met in midair. Actually held on to the football on the way down. Impressive catch by that young fella. Solid throw from Finley. He's going to stand in this pocket and just deliver it to the running back out the backfield. Pocket was collapsing. They're going to get big yardage, and the Zips are starting to move it pretty effortlessly themselves. The Zeros defense has definitely been a strong suit this season so far. Been getting big-time stops and big-time moments. Held FCS East to low scoring last week. Really dictated the flow of that game. Finley shakes a man off, but throws it into the hands of Jaden Bowie. He didn't have time to look back up, see if his man was open. Jaden Bowie, oh my gosh! Loses the offensive lineman, and Bowie's free down the sideline. Pick 6. Zeros. Jaden Bowie, quarterback 1, takes it 72 yards for the house call. Mama leave the door open. Jaden Bowie's back in town. Zebulon, 27 on the board. Take a look at Bowie here as he just keeps his eyes on the quarterback. Even out of the sack, Bowie finds it and just destroys the lineman's ankles. He's free. Nobody's catching him. Pretty good speed on number 20. House call, baby. Wells to make it an even 21 and 1. That is another shank on the season for Ian Wells. Still a 20-point game, though. Certainly one of the healthier leads that Zebulon has amassed so far this season. As Finley's going to keep it and try to hit that outside and get absolutely rocked. Going to fire on the wide receiver screen, room on the outside. Solid blocking from number 88 there. Dragged down from behind Jaden Bowie. It's where you want your veteran quarterback, if you're the Zips, to come back out there and block out all the noise. You just threw the pick six. Pretty bad pick six as he about throws another one there to Taj Coles. Zeros, can they continue some dominance early in this game? Going to try to fire it, and it's knocked away by Alexander Valentine. One-on-one matchup. Valentine stays strong, stays in his position, and just knocks it away. Across the middle, Scooter Page again was dragging 3 defenders behind him. He was on that medium crossing route, and Page just finds room. 3rd and long. Olsen trying to fire out to Williamson, and this one is picked. Undercut the corner route and trading pick sixes early in this one. Akron brings it back to 2 possessions. You've got a redshirt senior quarterback here in Olsen. Just threw a pick six. Can he respond with a nice drive? Going to start it off strong by getting into his number 1 target as we hit the 2-minute warning. Foreman on the curl route. We've talked about it. That's his money route right there. Javion Foreman. There's a reason he's got the most yards on the team at that receiver spot. It's because of routes like that. Crisp, good hands. Here's Williamson. Just gets behind the middle linebacker on the slant route. Nice depth on the route. Olsen saw him in traffic. Had some room in between the linebackers. Outside to Page. Nice little corner route. And again, throwing around some defenders. This one tucked it in from the sideline, and Page gets the feet down. Play action. Here's Williamson across the middle and getting it close to the goal line, 2-yard line now. And Tyler Olsen has come out on this drive just blazing. Handoff to T, touchdown. Just like that, the Zeros answer their own mistake. The Zips pick 6. Now the Zeros get 6, and they put it back to 20 points. Man, that was just awesome stuff from Tyler Olsen. That's why you go with the experienced guy. The redshirt senior, he's played a lot of years of football. You make mistakes, you got to move on from them. And that's the thing that he brings you. Maybe not the most extraordinary talent at that quarterback position, but man, he has got the mental toughness needed to run a team like these Zeros. Zebulon, if they can get this ball back before half, they've still got all 3 timeouts. They're going to throw it out on a screen, and that's not going to do it, Akron. 25 seconds to go in the half. 20-point lead. Tyler Olsen. Just going to take the easy dump off to Strickland, who's going to get out at the 47, 19 seconds. Nice yardage. Took a little bit of time off the clock, but it was free yardage. Across the middle, McLawler, depth on the route, and McLawler up to the 11-yard line. The Zeros are back in the red zone, and the Zips have had no answers. Tyler Olsen is nearing 300 yards on the game. Unbelievable. He has been electric, except for that 1 pick six. Fires to Strickland underneath. Last timeout used. 5 seconds left. Time for a quick shot. If it's not there, you throw it away and you take your 3. Maybe going for another fade route with Williamson. They're going to throw it. Williamson, oh, out of his hands. Undercut by the cornerback. Meets him in the air, and Williamson cannot come down with that one. So Ian Wells will come out and drain the 3, and the Zeros commanding lead into the halftime locker room. The Zeros are pretty stout defensively. This one, oh my goodness. What a grab from Polk. Israel Polk, the freshman, amidst two defenders and hugging the sideline, gets 2 feet down, boxes him out and brings it in. That's an impressive catch from the young fella there. Keeps the drive alive for Akron. 2nd and 9, the snap, staying in that pocket and fire. Oh man, into the hands of his receiver, but then met with a dirty shoulder check. Ball comes free, and that's a defense that's looking to deal out some punishment. Good gracious. Looking to add a couple zeros to the hospital bill. Finley, time to recite his rights in the backfield, and finally fires wide open man, and that's just an easy first down. Way too much time given to Finley. So 1st and goal here. Chance to bring it back a couple possessions, and on the RPO read flat play, they'll have their tight end. And that is a Zips touchdown, bringing it a little bit closer. In danger of stalling out here, 3rd and long. Olsen waiting, gonna run out left, and he's gonna get chased down, taken down for a sack. 2nd and 8, deep in Zeros territory. Plenty of time across the middle. Again, another time in between the safety and the cornerback underneath. Finley's just finding those gaps and firing it in there. Ooh, wildcat look now from Akron. Man in motion, wide receiver, gonna pop it to him, and nobody's touching him before he scores a touchdown. Brings up a big 2-point conversion to bring it within 1 possession. 10-point game as we stand. Finley's back in there. Plenty of time once more. Just time for men to get open against the man coverage. It's a 1-possession game. So here we are on a 3rd and inches. Going to hand off to T, and he's going to easily get a first down. That was just the easiest pickup you could possibly have. Zambini, they did not put men in the box on the defensive front at all. I mean, you take those every day. Big 4th and short coming up here. Zambini wants to keep the drive alive, firing it out to backup running back Ty Hardy. Makes a leaping grab and gets the feet down. Keeps the drive alive. Big play for the young fella. I believe that's his first action of the year, catch or carry. Now to McLawler, and moving once more the Zeros back within striking distance. Big 3rd and goal. Olsen can't make a big mistake here. He's going to roll out right and will just fire it towards the front row. And not taking any risks with the football there. Going to look to bring out Ian Wells and make it a 2-possession game once again. 4th and 5. Desperation time here for the Zips. Keeping the drive alive. And trying to fire across the middle. Knocked down. Terrell Pace gets his fingers in there, and turnover on downs for the Zips. Now a 4th and inches situation here. Zambini wants to keep the men on the field. It's going to be a handoff to Teague, and Teague has no chance. Zambini rolling the dice. Guess he thought that a 14-point lead, taking the field goal there, was no better in this situation than an 11-point lead. They're both 2-possession. So Akron back out there and picks up a nice gain on the first play. 4th and 2. Time is running out on the Zips. They need 2 scores. Touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal. It's going to be the speed option, and he's going to have the edge. Good pitch to the running back. Picks up another first down. Last gasp. 4th and 8. Going to try to fire it underneath. It's not even complete. Turnover on down. Zebulon coming out in the victory formation, and they have zigged for 40 minutes. So they win the Zag, ladies and gentlemen. The Z-Bowl. First edition 2025 champs. The Zebulon Zeros here in front of the home crowd. They get it done against the rival. Heck of a showing for Tyler Olsen. 34-42, 353, 2 touchdowns, the 1 pick 6, but at the end of the day, it's a big victory against a rival. T continues performing, 15 carries for 73 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, and Strickland was pretty solid on the ground and through the air as well. Case in point, 7 receptions for Strickland. McLawler was 96 in his first touchdown on the year. And then everybody else was, again, just getting the ball dished around. Williamson gets another touchdown there. It's good to see as well. Jaden Bowie, big interception return, 76 yards for the touchdown. The rest of the defense just played another solid game. Chase Freeman out there with 10 total tackles. Noah Collins Jr., 10 total tackles as well. Just good to see them boys feasting. You may call it fraudulent. You can call it what you want. The Zips and Zeros is the Z Bowl, and the Zips got out-zigged. So Zebulon gains the zag. No, I don't know what I'm talking about either.